Welcome back to Voyages of Shelf Discovery, everyone. Earl at thelogbook.com here with something that I passed on when it came out in 2024 and had completely forgotten about. And then it showed up on sale fairly recently, and I was like, okay, you finally hit a price tag that I can't ignore. This is the Ghostbusters Plasma Pack. I know it kind of looks like an old VHS tape, which definitely looks like something I would have in my collection. But this is a 40th anniversary box set of the 4 Ghostbusters, as seen in the first movie, as 3 3/4-inch action figures. Not like Kenner style. These are O-ring figures. These are more like old Hasbro G.I. Joes, and in fact, Hasbro made these. The sale brought them down to like $7 per figure. That's not bad. I mean, that's some old school pricing there. There was no way I was going to say no to that. And I was already placing an order for cat supplies from Amazon when this turned up. And it was like, okay, I can get cat supplies and Ghostbusters. Now, these were also available in a much more expensive package along with the car, along with the Ecto-1. And that is available separately as an Amazon exclusive, and considering how impressive the figures are, I'm really wrestling with the possibility that I may yet circle back at some future date and try to pick up the car to go with them, because the figures are really cool. As you can see, the old VHS tape look, that is no accident. That is absolutely what they were trying to make the package look like, and I am so on board with that, because I don't think I ever saw Ghostbusters in the theater. I am pretty sure I only ever saw this on tape back in the day. And then, of course, later, you get the DVD, you get the widescreen pictures. Oh, that's kind of, sort of what it looked like in the theaters. But not really. So, it's very fitting, because I think this is one of those movies that really didn't do badly in the theaters, but definitely found a second life on home video. I will spare everyone by speeding up the unboxing, although the unboxing was really easy. There are no tie-downs. They're just in the tray. There is a secondary tray that has the neutron wands and the associated cables that plug into the backpack. Everyone's got almost everyone's got props. Egon's got his PK meter. There is a ghost trap, and Ray has his goggles. The detailing on the figures is very impressive. Of course, here's the secret. Every Ghostbuster uniform looks like virtually every other Ghostbuster uniform. So, not really a whole lot of customization for each one. I'm impressed that one of them has different pants legs. They absolutely did not have to do that. I would not have noticed if they hadn't done it. So I'm really impressed that anyone thought of that. The detailing is amazing. I am so happy with these. They are so much better than I thought they would be. I was expecting, shall we say, the sort of Kenner homage of the soft likeness that Reaction gets away with a lot of the time. But these actually, especially Winston and Egon, really look like the actors. There's really no one who gratuitously looks like they're not who they're supposed to be. That's impressive. That's really impressive. The detailing on the backpacks is also impressive. They can be removed, or you can just leave them on and swivel them, and that's kind of the secret to attaching the neutron blasters, which either they can hold or there is a peg so you can just attach it to the backpack so it's at the ready and not taking up a hand. Again, the detailing, I mean, the patches on the sleeves, that's crazy. I absolutely was not expecting that. Now, trying to stage anything with them, at first I was kind of strapped for ideas because there are lots of options for a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There's Funko Pops, there's things that are not Funko Pops. There are quite large options for it. I had to improvise and also pick something that could never, ever destroy us, that we love. And so Grogu got pressed into service. But, yeah, like I said, I really have no complaints on these. Much better than I thought they were. They all stand very well. No, no additional support required. I have not noticed them being especially easy to knock over unless you're trying. So very impressive. I mean, there's a part of me from 1984 that is just so happy with this development. If you were a kid back then and you saw Ghostbusters on VHS, you recorded it off of HBO, whatever. This is all you ever wanted. This and maybe the car. Now, do I kind of wish there were more characters available in this scale? It would be nice to have Janine, Dana, Louis Tully, Mr. Peck, I don't know, Slimer. There's so many possibilities, so many expansions that could happen with this, but even if this is all we get, it's much better than I expected. So anyway, after kind of sheepishly drafting Grogu to stand in for the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, I asked myself, are there other eldritch horrors and supernatural menaces and monsters in my collection that need a bit of ghost busting? Let's find out.